everyone, welcome to Point Blank Build Log 1. Today I'd like to talk about the process that I'm going through in building this lower district near the side of the highway, near the dock. Essentially I'm starting off with creating the base of the house, and then I will stack the base of the house up a certain amount of blocks depending on how tall I would like it to be. Here I'm going to be stacking it 3 blocks, then creating the base layer of solid color like white or black. This time I'm doing white. I choose a different color, not a lot of houses use in this area. I will also then create the A-frame for the roof. Once I copy and paste that over to the other side, I will then start working on the lower section of the roof that kind of branches out from the original square or rectangle. I will then add the windows and the doors and the pathway into the house as well as the driveway. These houses are meant to be built in a uniform fashion, not on a bad angle, more on a straight line, allowing ease of access for building and players. I finish off with adding the greenery and the trees. I then go over to my copy and paste area, and I will copy and paste another house in, similar in color, but in a different shape to mix up the surroundings. Fill in the grass in some of the other houses, trying to get a look for what it'll eventually look like as I add in the rest of the trees. Here I want to fix the retaining wall, dividing the highway between the lower portion of the road. I decide to stack it from each corner of the power lamp. Here I find the middle, and I mark it with a 2-block wide staircase. At this point in time, I'm running out of ideas for houses, so I swap over to the corner, and I want to start working on the original highway area. This first building, I wanted to capture a cafe sort of feel, so I do a brick base, a warm color, and then finishing off with a darker tone of a similar warm color. Here I'm going for reddish brown, captured by bricks, granite. I struggled here with the door, trying to figure out a good design for it, but I eventually landed on one that would allow players to open up and easily walk through without having to go around a series of doors. Here I'm adding in the windows. I use an upside down smooth quartz stair to allow for a unique look, such as blinds or shade. The second floor, I want to go for a warmer tone. I go for terracotta and granite instead of the bricks. I use the same windows as the first floor in order to capture the uniform look. I move on to the back side, making sure that everything is all uniform and similar. However, the back side does not need to be as detailed, as for most buildings in the similar style, specifically in the 1970s, preferably have a stone or just a brick face on that side, eventually being covered up by another building. Here I decided to go for a similar style, this time with a much darker base. I wanted to capture more of a bigger brick texture, so I decided to inset some of the blocks using stairs. I was not sure of this look, so I decided to scrap the rest of it, but I wanted to try to work it out as much as I could. I decided to go for a 1-story building, similar to a Sonic drive-thru that you would see nowadays in modern. However, I wanted to go with the style of the 1970s, so I based it off of a diner similar to something you would find in the 60s. This would be one of the more older buildings. However, it would be just repainted, so it would make it look brand new. I install some parking lots and the windows and the door. Design to the McDonald's I have down the road. This will be for a future video. The next building I wanted to plan out will be similar to the first corner building, however more on a flat face. I wanted to have an offset protruding out from the main wall, making space for signage and other sorts like that. The windows I was struggling with till I found a good pattern of going one block and then 2 window blocks and then 1 block again, offsetting similar to an old brick pattern that I used in the second building but then scrapped later. I decided to go with diorite because it captured the quartz and marble look that most blocks do not capture well enough unless we use calcite, but calcite does not have stair slab variants. The bottom I wanted to go for a more darker tone, showing its run-down look. I was originally intending to use rooted dirt, however it didn't mix well with the jungle of terracotta wood. Here I did the same thing as the first corner building, making sure that all the walls are similar to their sides, but not too detailed as it would be covered up by a later building. Here I am adding a protruding covering, making use of smooth quartz slabs and smooth sandstone slabs. I wanted to make it look like there was a shop underneath on the first floor, so I used the white terracotta as signage and the covering as a little overhang for customers to look into the windows. This final building that I'm making is a police station. I wanted to put the police station close enough to the main highway road, that way if there's any trouble, they would be able to get out and onto the main roads efficiently. Here I had 3 parking stalls similar to the drive-thru, but I wanted to capture the police building with its iconic blue colors. I decided not to have an overhanging roof, but keep the same design. I had the windows and the door, and I called it good.